So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
There's little doubt that Rui Costa will be conductor-in-chief in this lineup.
And you'd want to be conducted by him, wouldn't you?
Well, you would, because he's not the quickest and strongest, and yet his awareness and deft footwork make him the perfect link-up man. He is the creator-in-chief.
Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. And here's the chance to counter. That ball looks a good one. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pelé. And this is Pelé. Quarter of an hour played. Barcelona looking to pass their way. David Villa! Sensational from David Villa! A finish right from the top draw. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So we have the first goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
He's on it. Can he get away? Beckham. Decent chance! There's a goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Lahm has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Lahm. Nesta. Lahm. Nicely weighted ball. Lahm providing an outlet on that flank.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean. That's just playing it safe and simple.
David Villa absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And the first half is done. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Milan really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each.
Substitution for Milan, number 7, Romario. Coming on to replace.
So once again, we're underway.
11. Substitutions taking place.
Searching passes played there. Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
He's found a way through. Cruyff with the cross. Oh, what a climb! It's hit the upright. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
And not just close, agonisingly close.
Now it's Pele. Beckham. Rijkaard. And it's Messi. Now it's Pele. And this is Messi. Chance to deliver. Defending of the desperate variety. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. He could be in here. He's tried one. Now, who's going to be first to this? And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he's taking no chances there. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's
Pele! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Rui Costa can so cleverly bypass the press. Thuram. Rijkaard. That's a good ball out wide. Now it's Messi.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions. What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Rui Costa. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Pele. Pele.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
And that has been cleared. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Can they find an extra gear here? And he shoots! Oh, no. That could be a costly miss.
Oh, unlucky. There's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Tries to play it through, and he plays one through.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Beckham! And that has fair fizzed.
Nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
Cruyff.
Has been indicated.
Maldini. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Cannavaro. That's it, we're going to get 30 minutes more.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
Just a quick announcement.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time.
Substitution for Milan. Number 14, Johan Cruyff.
Into extra time we go. Now it's Zico. He's in space and looking for options. And there's the shot! In for the pieces! Oh, the ball's come loose here. And he's heaved it away. Could be danger here. Chooses to go back. Shapes to shoot! And somehow he managed to miss it. It's their second corner of the game. Cleared away. Zico. It's Zico! In he goes again. Oh, what about that? And that may just do it. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, this is what we've been... Has a shot! Oh, off the bar! And again! And it's bounced out off the woodwork! AC Milan could counter here. Rui Costa does. Extra time reaches half-time. Well, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner?
Substitution for Milan, number 15, Messi. Coming on the
Exhaustion,
field is
physical and mental. Will we find a winner?
substitution.
This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. Batistuta. Now that looks a decent ball. Bale finds himself offside. Cannavaro. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Bale! Oh, belter! He's got himself an absolute peach. And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. Well, there was to be no... And that's it. My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
And a quick announcement today that memorabilia from today's match is now on sale in the stadium hall.
Hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The action has already started. And Messi! Oh, it's hit the post. Ball driven towards the far post. And that has been knocked clear. Del Piero. And he's decided to go for it. Oh, that was wicked. A truly wicked effort.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Just eases him off the ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Now it's Puskás. Nesta did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Played out wide. He's going for goal! Oh, crossbar! He's gone direct here. Milan are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Back into the middle. Rijkaard makes the interception. Cannavaro. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Olise. Olise stood his ground strongly. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Beckham. And this is Romario. Now, can they get him away? Oh, no joy this time. And here's Del Piero. And it's Del Piero. Now it's Beckham. Olise. And here's the chance to counter. Well, there's your danger man. A title that is entirely justified. Applies the finish! It's hit the upright. Cleared away. Could move up a gear here. Messi puts his foot on the gas. That's a shade optimistic. Van Bronckhorst has a look and plays it forward. And Neymar. India looking to pass their way through. Goes for the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here.
There's the whistle for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, it's been watchable and enjoyable. We certainly had a vibrant start, and if we were going to see a goal, it should have come then. But the odds are favourable for this second half.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
He rises! They want to be quick to recover this. Olise is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Defending of the desperate variety. And that is a little undercooked. Quality ball. Now it's Del Piero. He's gone for goal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, super ball. And still, we await the first breakthrough.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And that's really well manoeuvred. India are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Olise. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist.
Pelé. Goes looking wide.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Pelé. And it's Lam. And he welcomes it in. Oh, look at the space here. Olise! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, important interception.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And that has been cut short.
1 minute added time.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. 90 minutes up, and we will be back for extra time.
Well, 0-0 doesn't offer a fair reflection on what we've seen. The game's been vibrant. I think the atmosphere has remained buoyant, and we just need the scoreline to step into line.
So to clarify, extra time will follow. And the action has already restarted. And he's managed to get free. Foot in. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
Lam. Rijkaard. And it's Beckham. Now it's Puskas. Now it's Puskas. Olise. He's tried one! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Looking to play him in. Olise. Maldini. Now it's Del Piero. Now it's Puskas. And Puskas! Yes, he's One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
India are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
India have penetrated for the first time.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender.
He's gone for goal! And that's it for the first half of extra time.
Security staff for each block.
Well,
Please
both teams have
report to the
run
stop
themselves into the
immediately.
ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them?
Substitution for Milan. Number 15, Messi.
And
Number
so the
13,
last chance to find a winner.
Number 17.
It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landing, but still
Coming
no
to the field,
knockout.
Number 23, Bale. Number 22,
That's a sharp pass.
Zico. Number 14,
And it's Bale.
Johan Cruyff.
Milan
Number
finding their
10,
passes.
Didier Drogba. Substitutions taking place.
Nicely aimed pass. Lahm. Oh, good-looking ball. Puskos. And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, and that should have been two.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Good ball, good take. And a chance! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
India couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Nesta. Looking for options for movement. He has found the way through. Time and again they are repelled. He's had a shot! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not
A quick
today.
reminder today that smoking is
How would
only
you sum
allowed
up
in
what we've
areas shown on
witnessed,
this
Jim?
map.
Milan
Thank you for your
desperately
cooperation.
failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Guardiola, Peter, is a fella who appeared on the scene after a meteoric rise on the international scene, but he really is, for me, the blueprint of the modern centre-half, and of course he can play at left-back too. He's old school, he's uncompromising defensively, and he is truly outstanding on the football.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Mbappe. Rodrigo, look at the space here. Chance for a shot! Goal! Milan! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Paris Saint-Germain are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. João Neves. Nuno Mendes. Pavlovic. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Milan are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. Raul. Good read, needed to be. That's an imaginative pass. Brilliantly cut out. It's Raul! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. Yamal tries to clear. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
They've played it short. Big chance! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. And he's had a shot! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
João Neves certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Marquinhos cuts out the pass. Stefan de Vrij. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Paris Saint-Germain are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
Yamal. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. And claimed it back swiftly. Opts for safety. Marquinhos. Stefan de Vrij. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now Martinez. Oh, Rodrigo! He scored! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Great vision. Yamal has a shot! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Lamine Yamal clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Messi. And it's Doué. Now it's Raul. He can run onto that. Shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this?
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this. So, who's he going to be aiming for here? And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Oh, nice touch. He's being shot at goal! There's the whistle for half-time. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Milan certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
Milan are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far.
Substitution for Milan. Number 21, Lautaro Martinez.
There's the start of the second half.
Yamal. Coming on the field, number 20, Cristiano
Well, we've seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Azar, not the most accurate pass. Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Drives it in.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Knocks it out wide. Hakimi making good progress on the right-hand side. Milan have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. Milan have their third corner. Oh, it's played into the... It's a mighty effort! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. It's run loose here. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Nuno Mendes. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Hakimi. It's a good run down the right. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Defending was strong and firm. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Mbappe! And he cuts out the supply. Mbappe. Tries to pass it through. Hakimi. And it's Neves. And it's been played through. Pass somewhat off target. João Neves. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Big header!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Tries to play it through, and he whips it. Goes for the header! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Out towards the flank. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Cherki. Can he get it through? And he's in on goal! Decent chance!
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
There will be
And
one
the pass is
minute added
intercepted.
time.
Knocks it into space. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Milan really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what tends to happen when they do their thing.
Just a quick
Rodrigo
announcement. We would
picking
like
up
to
the Man of
inform
the
you
Match
that
award,
CCTV
and
is
no
now in
surprise
operation
there.
for your safety.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. And that gets things running. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard on his day is one of the world's best, Jim, so how do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that left side, whether it's to drag people away and isolate them or to combine with central attackers. But he also often plays as a 10, as we know, in a free role.
And is that a new dimension to his game? He gets big! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's Gnabry. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Raul did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Now that looks a decent ball. That is good alertness. Isco knocks it into space. And this is Lewandowski. Cross to the back post. Hazard! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Aimed beyond the defence. And he welcomes it in. And this is Lewandowski.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Ah, he's given it away. Tries to play it through. Tries to pass it through. Oh, what has happened here? Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Corner it is.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Not the most accurate pass. Plays a sharp little ball here. And here's Hazard. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, good ball. Real chance. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, okay, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Corner number 3 coming up. Hazard plays it short. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Now who's going to be first to this? So their 4th corner of the game. And it's hoisted clear. Good chance here! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Rijkaard gathers from the goal kick. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Great vision. He's got away. Ball driven. Chance! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Milan have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Delivers with whip. And the keeper beats it away. Can he get on the end of this? That has ended up in no man's land. Pedri.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Saliba. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Saliba. Jordan Henderson. Nicely spread. And it's Gnabry. Threads one in. Isco.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Looking to go deep.
That's just...
And it's half-time here. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Reflections on the first half?
Milan really have looked very good in transitions, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Milan head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead.
Substitution for Milan, number 6, Pedri. Coming on the field is number 21, Nuri. Substitution.
Here we go again then. Milan carrying a 1-goal lead. He's found a way through. Decent chance! It's loose. He's having a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Gnabry gets into a good position. That's a decent clearance. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Lewandowski. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. That'll be a throw-in. And he's managed to gift it back. Oh, a delicate chip through. This looks promising. He's through now. And a chance! And yes, it's there! They have come roaring back.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And he lines up, it's a mighty effort! Harmlessly behind. Carvajal makes the interception. Now it's Isco. Isco puts his foot on the gas. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Nicely aimed pass. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
Chance to deliver. And he's taking no chances there. Isco! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Isco just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Ambitious ball here. And that has been cut short. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Very nicely done. He is through here.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And he's heaved it away and reclaimed it in a trice. And this is Gnabry. Nicely weighted ball. Fired deep. Up he goes! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Ah, unlucky. There's the urge.
And the shot! Goal! Milan! And they've got their lead back. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Milan get themselves into the lead.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. That's the keeper's ball. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
He's picked his way through. Lovely bit of skill. Now it's Lewandowski.
Azerbaijan really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Header! He has done it! And this is getting better and better. Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. And so we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Things have got underway here. Can he finish? Oh, he's been caught on it here.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Rijkaard attempts a clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. And this is Pele. Now, can they get him away? And this is Cruyff. Lahm delivers. Tries to get it clear. Thuram. Olise. Son Heung-min charging forward, the ball at his feet. Messi. Lahm. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Olise has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. He's shifting through the gears here. Great defending, strong and determined. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Aubameyang. And it's Messi. Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. And Batistuta! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Batistuta really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
He's got all. Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's got this place bouncing. Just listen to the noise all around us. Now they have all of this positive energy to feed off.
Passing is crisp and sharp, played out wide, played back in. Cruyff threads one in. Pele! Olise.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
He's found a way through. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And he's quick to get it clear again. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Now it's Aubameyang, and he was quick to react. Cruyff. Roberto Carlos promptly onto that, and that is that. Son Heung-min. Dida breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And the first 45 minutes are up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Milan head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. And the game has already resumed here.
Milan really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on.
Chance, surely! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Milan do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep.
Batistuta! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Well, the opening goal did come from a corner. Now then. Milan given another corner. Milan have their third corner. And now they can clear their lines. In towards the back stick. Cleared away. Sporting are looking to go forward now. Rijkaard has found the net here, of course. Messi. Out towards the flank. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Still just a single goal between the sides. Now it's Son Heung-min. Ah, good steal, he just read it. 60 minutes played. Dunk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Ah, he's had it taken off him. And he's quick to snatch it back. Looking for the run. And it's Lahm. Lovely feet. Hangs one in. And he gets rid in a hurry. Real chance! Messi is there to clear. Dida. Turns back here, probably the best option. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. The message is to get the job done, and the sooner the better.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Sporting really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Now it's Messi. And this is Messi. Oh, this is a... He's having a shot! It's there! Sporting are all square.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Sporting grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, now they've saved themselves. You can...
It's Son Heung-min! Could be danger here. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, that's well spotted. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Aubameyang. Messi gets into some space. Nice control. Beckham. Pele.
Look, there has to be more urge.
The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Hello, attendees. This
So a
is
brief
the
breather,
Lost
and then
Children's
extra time.
announcement. Would the father of a boy in the green backpack kindly contact a nearby member of staff?
Number 21, Batistuta. Number 14, Johan.
So our quest to find the winner continues. Milan conceded an equaliser late on. Now they have to do it all again. Do they have what it takes? Oh, Red, nice interception. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Beckham. He's in a great position here. Nesta. Beckham. Nicely aimed pass. And here's Son Heung-min. Oh, he's... Son Heung-min! Oh, no. That could be a costly miss.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Lorenzo Insigne. Can he get on the end of this? And he's picked it up out wide. Chance to deliver. And that's it for the first half of extra time. Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? Messi. Looking to play him in. Great vision. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Tries to play it through. And he lines up a cross.
Well played and well cleared.
Big chance! Yes, he's done it! And that may just do it! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
Milan go into the lead.
Oh, that's tremendous. They've shown it again and again in this competition. They'll fight to the very end. You have to admire them for their spirit.
That's a shade optimistic.
Milan can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Danger averted for now. And that's it. They needed to win, and they have won. So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Milan ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Plays a sharp little ball here. Chips it through. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And that is a little undercooked. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Goulet. And he was quick to react. Oh, there's a probing ball. Romario.
There they go, hunting again.
He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. He'll fancy himself from here. And so we have the first set piece of the game. Del Piero! Oh, the keeper's had to be at his best. That was a wicked hit.
Oh, that was stunning. He judged that beautifully.
Beckham. Now it's Rashford. Knocks it into space. He's shifting. Shot a goal! Played up towards the front line. That is good alertness. 15 minutes till half-time. Goulet looking to penetrate opposition lines. Del Piero. Now it's Pelé. Now it's Messi. Engages and forces him off the ball. Nesta spots it and intercepts. Vitinha.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Header! He scored! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Dunk. Now that looks a decent ball. Delivery from Dani Carvajal. It's out for a goal kick.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Messi, very much. And it's half-time here. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
For Milan, number 17, Pelé. Number 7,
That's the start of another 45 minutes.
Number 23.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, no question, that's a foul. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Messi! Genius! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. AC Milan are all square. That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Oh, that was breathtaking. He'll never hit another as well in his whole career.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing. Milan have clearly reached a level of comfort in this half. Why not use the impetus to plough on?
Decent chance! In for the pieces! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Messi certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
A probing pass. He's in a great position here. Flings bullish header! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
There's a certain aura about him today. Tremendous.
And we have our very first corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Foot in. Milan are looking to go forward now. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Milan can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Oh, that's a fine interception. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Bale. And this is Del Piero. Messi! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Rijkaard can get it clear. Beckham! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Milan really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Good chance here! And that's a real chance missed.
Zico has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Corner number 2 then. Del Piero! Oh, should have put that away. And he's being shifted off it. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
Big header! Oh, that's incredible! And that may just do it! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking?
He's tried one! Terrific effort, just off target.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Goulet.
Minutes has been indicated.
We are into stoppage time. Lovely pass, but can he get there? There's a no-nonsense tackle. Messi. And he's there to retrieve it. Big chance! And it's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
13, Alessandro Del Piero. Alessandro Del Piero. Alessandro Del Piero. Substitutions taking place.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. There's the whistle, and here we go.
This guy, Roberto Carlos, really is a unique player, Peter.
I don't think anyone would argue with that.
The pace, the power, the set pieces, the way he constantly surges forward.
And a fabulous urgency about everything he does.
That's exactly it.
This looks promising. Messi. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Forlan, spread out to the left. Skillfully cut out, he is so at ease on the ball. Now it's Romario. And this is Del Piero. And Romario! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. Davids wins the duel this time. Puskás. João Neves. This might be a chance! He won't be happy with that one. Played out wide. Roberto Carlos. Skims one in.
That's just playing it safe and simple. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though... Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And he's going to have his name taken.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
And it's Rijkaard. Looking for the run.
That's a modern defender's...
A header! That's really well cleared. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And claimed it back swiftly. Nesta cuts out the pass. Out to the left it goes. Thuram. Not the most convincing of passes. Nesta. Lahm. That's a promising run he's making on the right. Played into... It's a mighty effort! Deftly away. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Now it's Cruyff. Rice. João Neves. Barcelona looking to pass their way through. Forlan engages and forces him off the ball. Looking for options for movement. And this is Cruyff. He's found a way through. He's having a shot! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. He's missed, but not by that far. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So we reach the halfway point.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained, so I'm looking forward to what's to come.
Del Piero! Wonderful from Del Piero!
Oh, that was magnificent. What a way to stamp your ability on a game. Not necessarily pivotal, but it has most definitely shifted momentum.
A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So we have the first goal.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
It's run loose here. He's had it taken off him. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. He's been taken down, and the referee has pointed at the spot. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
A formality, we're level. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Lovely feet. And it's Neves. Just eases him off the ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He's picked his way through.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
He is through here. It's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Now it's Puskás. No, that's been intercepted. João Neves tries to pass it through.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Now it's Puskás. And that is expertly dealt with. Forlan gets flagged offside. Rodri does really well to win the ball there. Oh, it's Forlan! Forlan! Fantastic! A finish right from the top draw. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
And the shot! It's a goal! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now...
Oh, what a mistake! Well, that is one way to stop him. Pinches it off him. Cruyff. Lahm drives forward on the overlap. Fired deep towards the back post. Can he finish? Well, there's the clearance. So nearly the total turnaround. They simply ran out of time. It has ended all square. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in.
And a quick announcement today that
Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints.